Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to another Bugging Out. I know it's been a couple weeks. Um, so, yeah, I'm not sure what page we were on for drawing up what we need to. Okay, so we got the car there. Because that's what we were drawing at the moment, the car. Uh, the vehicle for. We were down near the end, right? Okay, so this seems to be where we were. And yeah, I know we started a bit early today too. Well, let me share this out. Let people know we are here for the next couple hours. I'm gonna have to change. Oh, that's something else too. Do that. No, let's see. What do we do here? Oh, we're sharing Discord. Okay. So we need to get a. Okay, so there we go. We have the Mazda Tribute, which is their vehicle. Okay, so we're seeing it from this side, so see. Let's get out. And here we are. Put this right at the top over everything. We're gonna have to make it a little bigger. And we're gonna have to pop out that chat. I keep forgetting to do. Oh, there, if I have it right there, I can see it in thing. So, okay, so let's make this vehicle a little bigger. So that's panel 3. Let's add a new folder. Let's bring the opacity on what is supposed to be the vehicle down. And we'll put Mazda Tribute for folder, and we will add a pin. Okay, so that is Jack. We don't need Jack being shown there, at least not at this time. Okay, so we have him holding okay, so normally there we go. Trying to get, I think that needs to come down just slightly. There, that way it looks like he's actually grabbing the corner. And I guess the window's down. Okay, so of course we have the side view mirror here as well. The wheel thing comes up right away. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, we're going to take this and we're going to lower it a little bit there. That should be better. Hey Gabe, how are you? Morning. or gable, I should say. I am, as you may or may not be able to tell, hey Massa, what's going on? What are you working on? I am working on Insecto number 1, in particular, page, I think this is 17. I know that says 19, but there's the covers. Not sure whether there's an I page in between because it might be 16. Okay, so yeah, page 16, panel 3. I'm trying to draw this car using this reference, trying to get it something that looks similar to it. And this is, shall we say, the second time doing it. As you can see the faint outline, that's what I had before. But I did, man, knocking out these pages. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. Well, technically I've got all the pages, quote unquote. I'm not sure whether I'd say all knocked out, but depends on how you look at it. I'm doing it in a thing to keep people hopefully not too bored. I'm going over one thing in particular myself till I get it done. Like I went over the whole comic, drew in Insecto. I got everything mapped out, and then I went over, drew in an Insecto, and then his alter ego Jack McGanners, and the various other people that are in the comic. Now I'm going through and drawing their vehicle in, which is a Mazda Tribute from 2010. I'm doing some making myself too, trying to get a page done so I can get to Kinko's and scan today. My scanner at home doesn't work very well. I'm sorry to hear that. I know what that's like. I've had those problems in the past. Okay. I'm really messing this car up. I know that. You know what? I know what my problem is. I need to make Jack bigger. Transform scale. Okay, now he's too big. Okay, he looks slightly bigger there now, which I don't know whether it goes with the car. I'm really gonna have to play with this panel later. I just gotta get the car in the best as I can. That's why, and everything's gonna, after I go through and get everything in slightly better than what it was initially, then I'm gonna hopefully be able to maybe it's just that door's too small for this. No, let me grab the door. Transform scales. Yeah, which makes Jack too small. Everything needs to be rearranged on this. Well, but yeah, I've had troubles with scanners before. How are you today, Gable? Hope you're doing good. Switch to the right. There we go. There's a wiper. A viper. Well, hopefully you've got more than just one page to scan and taking it down. It probably is more feasible taking several pages at once to go scan if you're having to go somewhere else to scan. So, do you do your inking traditionally, or do you do your inking digitally? Massive. So and then there is a window here. Okay, so let's come back to Jack. And let's make him a little bit, yeah, I pencil and ink traditionally on 11x7. Scan it, and then do all the colors in Photoshop. Cool. Well, as you may or may not be able to tell, I am using Clip Studio Paint. I did use Photoshop at one point, but then I found out about this, and well, I like this program a lot better. Okay, so there we go. There's Jack. Okay, so which means at this point now we got two, add a line there and there. Okay, so it's probably not the greatest. Well, it's definitely not the greatest, but it looks a lot better than what it did. Yeah, I have a lot more friends these days saying they prefer Clip Studio Paint. Yeah, you can get a free demo for a week for it. I know there's a learning curve, so I'm not sure how well you would be able to tell. They have you can do it two different ways, dually. You can pay for a subscription service where you get updates a lot, which I don't do, or you can pay for it outright and you just don't get the updates. So, and it's only like $50, I think, right? Clip Studio. Well, $50 American. Here, let me see. And I know that can be a lot for a lot of people too. but it's also then you don't have to put out all that money every month too. So okay, Clipster perpetual license is just for the there's two different ones, Pro and EX. EX is where you can have multiple pages like I do, but for the Pro you have to insert each page individually. But that is $54 US, and they're next spring they do up to 4.0. So yeah. Okay, so we'll save that. Okay, so yeah, good to know. Thanks, Rick. I may actually try that out. No, no problem. No problem. Yeah, it's definitely. Let's see. We want 19. I want the vehicle. See. Come up here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to move that. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I actually initially got it too, because although I did have Photoshop in a non-traditional manner, we'll say, but I was able to just buy this outright, and it's as good, maybe even better than Photoshop. Now the EX version with all the multiple pages, and you can do some animation with this too. The EX does allow I think indefinite animation thing where you're only allowed like 24 frames with the Pro. I like the fact that it can have all these things sort of in one file for a comic. Let's try and get a frontal view for. I do have several pictures of the car. The only problem is I don't have one that. Down, so I don't see the hood completely like I went in that one picture. I'm sure there's somewhere where I can go to get that. Okay, so Control A, Control C. I'm gonna put see if there's another picture that. There might be more pictures, but unfortunately not all pictures are initially formatted for Clip Studio. Okay, so let's see. We are on panel, the last panel here. Panel 5. That's got to be Betty. Yeah, so name that Betty. And then we'll add a new folder here, and we'll name it Mazda Tribute. So what else is going on? How's your weekend going? Massive, Gable, if you're still here. And make sure you guys hit that like button and share this out. Okay, so let's see. Here we go. Here we go again. More time. My weekend's going good. Actually, in Atlanta, Georgia, we got snowed in. We don't get snow here very often, so a lot of stuff got shut down. Okay, so by snowed in, how many inches of snow did you guys get? More time for drawing and inking now. Yeah, but with that said, it sort of reminds me of a story. It was several years ago, back when I was in my teenage years. My dad was taking me to Disney World in Florida. We were driving, and my cousin Ed was with us, and we were going over Christmas break. And there was still some sort of truck tipped over, so we were stuck on the highway in Georgia for quite some time. We only got 5 inches. I know you're going to laugh at that, but it's like statewide holiday down here when it snows. But yeah, we were on the interstate, one of the interstates, I think, some highway. I think it was a 2 to 4 lane highway, 2 things in each direction. But we ended up getting stuck on for quite some hours, and we still had snow in the back of my dad. My dad had a pickup truck. We still had snow in the back of my dad's pickup truck. We ended up having a snowball fight with a couple people that were also stuck on the highway. Wait, Rick, you're talking about the snow apocalypse? That's what we called it down here. That happened 10 years. No. There was no snow. down there whatsoever. Now, this happened over 30 years ago. Yeah, like I said, it had snowed before we went down to Florida, or traveling down to Florida. There was a bunch of snow in my dad's back of my dad's pickup, and we just because yeah, I was in my teens, my late teens, so I'm probably about 10 years older than you. I think my dad was saying recently it was 1990 this happened. That we went, I forget the exact year we went down to did it, so. Like, it didn't snow in the state of Atlanta or Georgia. We were coming down from Canada to go to thing, and we just happened to have snow in the back of our truck that hadn't melted yet. And what was I saying? Yeah, that hadn't melted yet, so some rig or whatever got flipped or whatever for whatever reason, and we were stuck on the highway for hours, and we ended up having a snowball fight with the snow that was in the back of the pickup. Yeah, well, except for stopping for like about 8 hours. Like my dad brought my cousin with me, Ed, and he had a driver's license, so they were switching back and forth driving. So we would get in like 16 hours of driving. We might stop for something to eat, and we might stop for to sleep. So we would have been to Georgia probably within a day and a half, I would think. Because it only took 2 or 3 days to get down to Florida to Disney World. And then we spent a week there and then came back. We took the scenic route back, went to NASA, visited like a crocodile alligator farm. Okay, so now we need a picture of the inside because That doesn't show a lot, those couple pictures. So we're gonna, and we do have the pictures already. Let's see. Inside the car, let's. Yeah, I don't think. We're gonna see. Okay, so that is a picture. That gives a little bit, but let's see. For the dash, some back seats. Trying to get some more pictures. I'm positive I downloaded more pictures, but unfortunately not all of them are. And I might not end up bringing them into thing. Let me just get it so we can see them on my one screen here. Okay. Got one here that I might be able to use for open or save as PNG. Gotta save it in the right spot. Comics, Insecto, Mass Tribute. Okay, there we go. That's. Oh, actually, I like this one right here. This is almost perfect for the angle and all the shot that I was wanting. Save PNG. Let me put that down so I can see if anybody said anything. Unfortunately, because of my situation, I haven't been really able to read some comics, but very soon, since I'm in my new place here, I got a few comics. Well, it was at my cousin's. Some graphic novels. Where did I put them? Oh, right there. That I might read and probably some other ones. But I got most of these at the dollar store, so I got them for $5 or less. Dial H for hero. Enter the hero verse. Superman, Panic in the Sky. Again, a collection of things. But this is like old school, so this should be pretty good. And then another old one collection, Legends. I haven't read them yet, but after I get settled in here, I might end up start reading them. Did you say you got those at the dollar store? Yeah. Well, let's call it more of a discount store. It's a place called Dollarama. So these were like $5 or less. Normally it says here, it says UK. It says UK, Malta, New Zealand, Australia price on this one. Doesn't actually say the original Canadian price. But, you know, Australia, it's saying $20.99, which would be a very similar price to us. Same with the Superman. I saw a video from Larry Higgins saying DC was putting comics in dollar stores across Canada, but the US. But I went to 3 different dollar stores down here and I can't find them. Yeah, this is, like I said, these are in a place called Dollarama, but Marvel's also got stuff in there too. I have picked up quite a bit of DC though, I must admit. But I have seen Marvel. I've got a bunch like this for Star Trek as well. It'll be some time, unfortunately, because the way things are. But whenever I get my own place, and I'll show off my comic collection again, because I'll have a few more. Okay, so I'm probably gonna end up getting rid of the tires here, but I don't care at the moment because I'm wanting this part here. It's not quite the angle that I want, but at least I can see a little bit of what I might see in her car. Control A, Control C. Yeah, comics take up a lot of space, especially when you have long boxes. Yeah, and I have like 10 to 15 of them or more. And I'm only in like an 11 by 8 room. I'm probably gonna grab my bookshelves from storage and bring my movies and DVD, my Blu-rays and DVDs here, as many as I can. And then I might grab something to put in my closet there, a bunch of boxes of I'm not sure what. So, but not my comics, unfortunately. see what you said there in a second. Man, 10 to 15. Man, I thought I had a collection because I had about 6 or 7. You should definitely show off. Quite some time ago, you can find it, if you can find it on my channel. I did actually go through, I was sorting them for some reason. I was doing something with them. And so I ended up going through them. There is 4 or 5 videos of me going through them. Now, like I said, I've got more. I want to, when I get them back, like, I just put them in the long boxes willy-nilly. So I want to actually sort them and get, like Batman with Batman, like all the Batman stuff with Batman, all Superman with Superman, and stuff like that. And if there's room, obviously I'll fit something else in that hopefully will just take up that space. Yeah, I definitely know it's over 10, but I'm not sure whether it's all the way up to 15 or not. I forget. I'll know in a couple weeks. Okay, so let's zoom in here. Okay, so trying to just get this car in a spot that I can see, and that I can actually put some stuff in there. Okay, so I think I got it. A good spot there. Yeah, I've supported so many crowdfund campaigns that I've had to use an entire long box for indies. Well, I won't say, unfortunately, because of money, I haven't supported that many yet. I would have loved to, but... And then, unfortunately, even with the exchange rate and all that, that's something else that I'm tending to get more digitals now, too. Unless, there's something that, like... Say if Dillard's got something, I'd probably more inclined to, if I can afford it, get something from him. Physical. But most of it, because, being in Canada, the exchange rate and the delivery, I'd rather... I'll just buy your digital if I can afford it. Yeah, I know what you mean. I've dropped it back lately because the costs are getting insane, especially the shipping costs. It all adds up. Yeah, for me, like I remember when I got Cyberfrog and that, I didn't get just the regular tier on that, so. But still, even just getting a regular tier for a book that's, $10-15 or even $20, the shipping costs as much. we go. Yeah. Well, that's in there. It doesn't look the best, but it looks better than what it did, I think. Okay, so we'll save that. Okay, so no car there. No car there. No car there. Okay, so yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a good panel. I definitely got to work on the car. I got to work on her a little, but this is stuff that will be in the next pass. Because right now I'm trying to get everything in a bit better. Like I was still gonna do a whole bunch of background stuff. Like even on this page, you know, like although I should have done her, I gotta do the secretary desk here or whatever, reception desk. Maybe put in a little bit, and I gotta do that for all these places, all these things. Storefront, somebody typing on a computer. That might even be her. At a library. Okay, so now I know we did look it up. Buses, yes. So here is a bus for St. John, New Brunswick. St. John or St. John's? I'm not sure how. I always get those two confused. Well, by those two, there is a St. John or St. John's in Newfoundland. And there's a St. John or John's in New Brunswick. One has the S without the apostrophe, and one has it with the apostrophe, if I remember correctly. It gets confusing, and they're both pretty major cities in their respective provinces. Okay, so let's see what we need for this. Okay, we'll take that one out. Okay, so this looks like we need that one. Definitely not that one. I'm going to save this one. Okay, so take that out of there, put it get a little bigger. Although we do probably, the bus is probably right there in here, so. Okay, so that is panel 2, I think. No, panel 3. Put a folder here and we'll just put bus. Put the bus in the bus folder. And lower the opacity. There we go. And add another layer. Okay, so, and we're gonna have to move the bus a little bit to get. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round. Okay, so. Okay, so that's something I gotta figure out. I gotta figure out where he's gonna be in the city, what bus is gonna be. Got the lights right here. We got the bike rack. Hey, thanks, Test Monkey. How are you? It's been a while. How you doing driving that rig? The virtual rig, I mean. Or have you been driving a virtual rig in a while? Okay, so I think this needs to be wider, this bus. But this is recently got into Elden Ring. Yeah, that looks like one. I've seen that. I wouldn't mind checking it out at some point. I'm slow on catching up with video games. Sometimes I can be too. Are you into Minecraft at all? Only reason I ask is because oh no, okay, never played. Ah, it's actually not too bad. Because me and one of the people, you probably don't know him by his new name, but Evan Hotep. We're playing it for a while, but my son does. So, I'm going to do a different layer here for putting the seats on and people. I get it. Basically, same thing I do with 7 Days to Die. Building more buildings than just killing all zombies. Yeah. Oh, you got 7 Days to Die? I do too. I haven't played it in a while. That's another game that I'd like to get together with a few people and play. You got me on Steam. I'm not sure. I should probably do. That's probably under programs, not games. Friends. What's your name on Steam? If you don't mind revealing, of course. Oh, you're the nuts guy, right? Or the futz? Yeah, so yeah, I got you. Says you're playing Elden Rings right now. Okay, so do we need this bus anywhere else? Well, we do have the bus right there. I'm in a safe area. Oh, that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna take. Okay, so that bus looks not too bad, I must say. How's the Wild North? Not too bad. As you might be able to tell, I'm in a new place. You know my mom died, right, Test Monkey? She died over a year ago, August 31st, 2023. Thanks, massive. I need to make the bus wider, but so yeah, I was staying on my cousin's couch a while. Went out west for a bit, for about 2.5 months. That didn't work out. Came back, got on her. Was at my dad's for 3 weeks, and then ended up back on my cousin's couch. And then just this month, almost the beginning of this month, I moved into this room and got on welfare. Okay, so that bus is done. Let's see, we're on panel 5. Oh no, that's panel 6. So everything here is I wasn't sure what all had happened. JP told me about your mom. Okay. Yeah, well, that's a brief overview. It'll get better when we meet. I hope not. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind the States, but I like Canada better. To me, Canada is better than the States. And to you, the States is better than Canada, which is fine. Everybody has a right to their opinion, and some might say I'm right, some might say you're right. I'm not sure how you would define. Well, I know some people have tried to define how you would say a country is one country is better than another. It's fine, we just need Canada, not the Canadians. Yeah. Well, if I'm not busy and come to this area, I'd be happy to show you around a little. Okay, yeah, this bus has to be going this way because it's on that side of the street. I love it. Beautiful country. Yes, it is. And I haven't even seen half of it. I've been probably in at least all the provinces once. I'd love to get me some fries with gravy. Oh, and the cheese. You're talking poutine. Oh, poutine. Unfortunately, well, probably the best place to get poutine, which I haven't been to get. Well, actually, I've been to Montreal, but I haven't had poutine there. Because I'm not even sure when I was there I even knew about poutine yet. Oh, fishing, some of the best worlds for lake fishing. Yeah, well, with over 2 million lakes, I think it is, in Canada. We've got the more lakes than any other country in the world, so it would figure at some point we'd have the best. We'd have to have that. Remember when Bob Ross used to, back in the day? Well, not really. I never really ever watched Bob Ross, but there's some things on top of the bus. Florida's got tons of lakes, but fishing with gator wears you out. Yeah. But Ontario's just as good. I only hit Vancouver on that side. Okay, so there we have a bus. I think that bus is too short. Spent 6 minutes in Sass and back, Saskatchewan and back, and back and forth across the Buffalo border. Yeah, well, I'm right near the Buffalo border. I'm probably about an hour away from the Buffalo border myself. I've been across that bridge a few times in my life. Okay, so we'll save that. We'll come here. I think we can grab this bus. Control A, Control C. Control V. Are there any other? I gotta try and get a few more shots of the buses. But a little bigger. Oh, I must say, Rick, how much better you've gotten over the years. But my trolling never stopped. I take it you mean in drawing, and I wouldn't expect trolling to stop on my channel. If the trolling stopped, I think I'd be worried. Yes, of course. I'll have to start another channel where there is no trolling to get away from trolling. Okay, I gotta keep it the same style. I like this boss spot. I have to take it away. Oh, I don't spend as much time on YouTube anymore. Yeah, a lot of people don't, it seems. And even for the ones that are, it's just different spots. Oh, heck. Well, I'm here every Saturday. Normally I'm doing this at around, I started around noon, but I gotta go out shortly after 11. Or I wanted to go out earlier in the day. So I figured I'd get this done. Little yellow light here. I'm gonna have to get the side of this bus or something from the door angle to get this properly. Okay, let's see what we can. Okay, so now I need to put the bus driver in there, blocking off half of the seat that I just drew. Okay, so we actually need this part of the bus right here. I got Mondays and Wednesdays off, so weekends are just another day. Oh, Monday through what? I got off Monday through when? I got Mondays through Wednesdays off. Oh. Well, I'm going to be a bit biased here, Massive. And you say if you could visit one area in Canada in your life, which place would it be? Would I recommend? Well, I'm going to recommend Toronto and, well, you know, if you came this way and you had a few days, a couple weeks, you know, and if I had a couple weeks, you know, I could take you up to some north stuff that, some pretty good stuff. The only reason I recommend it, this area, is because, of course, I'm here and I get to meet you. But there's still good stuff in this area and good things that I could show you. But unfortunately, I don't know enough of the country to, you know, there's spectacular parts in every part of this country. And I think the same could probably be said of the U.S. too. You know, I've traveled by bus across it twice. From, you know, Buffalo, Detroit to Los Angeles. Been a couple decades for me. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, heck, just the city I live in, you know, was in the 50 years that I've been here. It's gone through a lot of changes, and heck, in the last 20 years. I guess the biggest thing I'd say, if you're going to visit here, visit somewhere where you know somebody is. because they can show you a lot of, probably show you a lot more spots than, you know, just the tourist attractions. Okay, so again, I gotta really get some pictures inside. Yeah, I've always had contacts where I was visiting anywhere in the world. You know, that's why, you know, like if I ever go to Australia, which I would love to, yeah, I'd love to meet up with Risey and even Pope Raven. And maybe even Liam. I think Liam's in Australia. Although I don't really know him much. I've heard of him, you know, it'd be nice to, you know, just meet, say hi, of course. Did I do that? Yes, I did. Rick, are you prepared to put up your dukes if we can't get your... I don't know. Been to the east side, not the west. For Canada or... No, you think you're right in Vancouver. Or you mean Australia? Ate kangaroo in the States, though. Cool. Okay, so that's panel 4 that we want there. It tastes like... I think the wildest thing you ever eaten was alligator in New Orleans. It was actually delicious, which I like. I've actually never had rabbit either. I wouldn't be opposed to trying. Rabbit is good. I've had rabbit before. I'll eat anything, but sometimes you'll eat the bear and sometimes the bear. Well, if the bear eats you, then you're sort of dead. Unless he's just carved off a chunk, I guess. All part of the circle. I probably had it coming. Oh, speaking of bears, I guess. Um, have you ever seen? Have you guys ever heard of a series called Alone? If you like wilderness stuff and survival, it's a great series. I just finished the 10th season. I think there's 11th season. I called that my teen years. Oh, what? Alone? But anyways, although there's in the 10 seasons that I've watched, most of it is actually filmed in Canada. All right, I gotta finish this boss and find another safe spot to get back to work for a bit. Have a great day, Rick Bandit. Okay, you too, Test Monkey. Great seeing you. Hopefully, we'll be in touch a lot sooner. Again, like I said, I'm on 5 days a week, or I should start to be on 5 days a week. Exactly what time, who knows, depending on a work schedule. Although I'm not working yet, I want to be, so hopefully that comes soon. Okay, so there's the bike rack. So that does the bus, I think, for that. And I think that's, except for the insides of the bus and the various people, I think that's it for all that. I need to go back and do buildings. Oh no. Okay, so control O. Okay, so we got some cityscape stuff here. To work for buildings. Now I was, oops, where was that? I think I was thinking that this might be the building that's on fire because it's, tall. It's one of the tallest buildings there. Rick, what do you find harder to draw? Architecture or vehicles? Probably architecture. Well, it depends on how defining you want to be for either of them, I guess. Intricate detail probably, and especially if it's something real life, probably more architecture because you got to get, hopefully you got to get certain things right. Which might be why I've put off doing this. The architecture to last. Should have been one of the first things I'd done, get all that background in. So that looks like that building that I was talking about right there. Looks like I'm gonna have to go. I might not be able to do it today, start the architecture, because looks like I'm gonna have to maybe go into Google Earth and get some pictures. For the beginning of town or whatever here. Yeah, I always feel like I have to ET myself a cup of coffee before I do a page that's heavy on the architecture or vehicle designs. The only question now is they gotta be in St. John's when this fire truck whoops by them. Can't be the edge of town. They gotta be somewhere in the middle for whatever reason. So, yeah, doing that stuff for thing will be offline. So I think with that I am going to end a little early. Normally we go 2 hours, but you know, an hour and 45 minutes, which is not too bad. I should be back Monday with lesser known Bible stories, starting about the same time. 9 a.m. So, yeah, hopefully we'll see everybody and more back on Monday morning. It's been great having you all here. Have a great weekend, great night, day, whatever it might be for you. God bless. Love you all. I hope you liked what you saw.